So please give any and all advice to someone who is struggling to find their strengths and passions, how to apply them to the business world. Maybe you're just not passionate about the job that you're doing right now. And I kind of discern that obviously because you mentioned you're kind of interested in a change of industry as it feels like work now. You want to get up every day and like Confucius said, if you do what you enjoy every day, you'll never have a job for the rest of your life. And I certainly butchered that saying, sorry. But what I recommend doing is this. I recommend thinking to yourself, if you were given a month off right now from work and you weren't allowed to work, you weren't allowed to go to school, you were not allowed to travel, what would you do with your time? And that might help you from a soul-searching perspective, understand what you're truly passionate about in life. Another way to think about it is, who is a rock star to you in business? You know, is it Sir Richard Branson? You know, is it Bill Gates? Is it the late great Steve Jobs? You know, is it Oprah? Whoever it is, what I want you to do is I want you to be a voracious reader of their biographies and autobiographies if they exist. And listen to them on audible.com on the way to work. I never get comp for ever mentioning that company, please, or any companies for that matter. But listen to it on the way to work. And that will help to fire you up and help you to kind of find your passion and find out what it is you were put on this earth to do. You know, Mark Twain had this great quote. He said, the two most important days in your life are, number one, the day you're born, and number two, the day you find out why. So find your why. You know, find out what you're passionate about. And once you find people that are rock stars to you in that industry that you're passionate in, then I want you to do research on them, you know, read biographies and whatnot, because very successful people, what they do is they kind of, you know, they share their blueprints, so to speak. They want to help you. And so they lay all their cards on the table, so to speak, and you can learn a lot from them. So you got to find your passion, find out what you love doing. And another thing is that, and this might be a little bit out there, Carlos, but I'll talk about myself. When I used to work years ago for other people, I worked at Goldman, Accenture, hedge funds, whatever. I was insecure. You know, I really cared what people thought of me. And if you live your life that way, you'll always be someone else's prisoner, like I used to be. And so what I want you to do is this. I'm going to draw a pretend graph here on the back of this mouse here. Moose. It's mouse, by the way, Americans. It's not mouse. It's moose. That's how Canadians say it. That's the right way. But on this graph, what I'm going to show you, and just visualize this, please. On this axis is your age. Okay. And on this axis is give a damn. Okay. When you're really younger down here, you don't care what people think of you. You know, you have meltdowns in restaurants like my kids did. And I used to do as my dad told me. Then when you're old, you don't have confidence problems either. You just don't give a damn what people think of you. The problem is when you're in your 20s and 30s, you live up here where you care what people think of you. And I call that the triangle of despair. And you just got to get out of that rut of giving a damn what people think of you. You know, you got to live at this low level here always and just say, I don't care. It's actually therapeutic. Try it with me. I don't care, and then fill in the blank. You know, I don't care that I look like an idiot this morning trying to get this green screen to work. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm trying hard. You know, I don't care that, you know, that my hair is actually all gray and I've been dyeing it for years. And I do a really bad dye job because this front part turns red for some reason, so I have to put more black stuff in it. I don't care what people think of my accent. Although it's not Canadians with the accents. It's Americans and everyone else in the world, okay? Kidding, sort of. I don't care what people think of the fact that I decided not to do venture capital anymore and I just want to teach. I love doing what I'm doing. I don't care. I want you to say that. And of course, I'm not telling you to be, you know, rude or disingenuous, but just tell yourself, I just don't care what people think. You know, the worst thing you can do is to live your life to please somebody else. Maybe your parents want you to be a lawyer, God forbid, or an engineer, but you're not passionate about it. Maybe that's it. Maybe you became an engineer and you're not passionate about it because of social pressures around you. That's what you did. And you just got to kind of push back and say, I'm the boss of me. No one's going to tell me what to do. in terms of what you think up here. And I just don't care what people think of me. And I want you to follow your passion. And you only have to be right in business one time. And so if you fail a lot, that's a beautiful thing. And I respect that tremendously. So please fail more, or you'll never be incredibly successful. And you won't fail a lot if you care what people think of you, right? You won't give a damn. You're like, oh, well, didn't work out. I'm going on to the next one. That's strike one. I've got 8 million more strikes before I'm out. So that's my humble feedback. And as always, if I didn't answer that question properly, then please let me know. And thank you.